Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 773 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob, Commander Takamalda, and I am joined, of course, in pretend low Earth orbit today by the bouncing Chris DeBona.
Hello.
Are you just simulating zero-G?
Yes, it's microgravity.
All right, and Rob.
There's no such thing as zero G. Are you a spaceman or not?
Hi, Rob.
Hey.
Am I a spaceman?
I'm stable. Stable. I'm not bouncing around.
Right, you're stable in the bottom quartile of the screen as usual.
I'm just sitting here inside the power plant.
Yep,
that's right.
On.
That's right. All right. Well, the last we left off, there's another leak on the space station. So I don't know which of you guys is pretend orbiting closer, but we might want to go over there and help those guys out.
I'm on the space station. Look at this thing.
Oh, I was never clear if that was a special space station or if that was like
some like weird cupola. This is the cupola.
Oh, so like you should just go out there and help them plug the coolant hole.
Yeah, you know I have a sticker that I was going to use. To plug the
Live Free or Die.
No, it's
narrated by Werner Herzog.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, I'm not really a sticker person, but I can get that. And then there's this one.
Yep,
you know?
I fucking live here.
My sticker game is very strong. And then this is a bakery called Seawolf. Yeah, it's kind of like a wolf bread.
Podcasters love stickers.
Podcasters love stickers.
I gotta say the Werner Herzog children or narrated children's books that you can
find.
The
Insanity of
on YouTube. That's an old favorite. Every now and again I have to dig them up and listen to those. They're fantastic.
And you know, here's one that could apply to many of us. My other body is in the shop.
That says nothing.
Which I guess you'd put in your it's white. That's the problem.
Gotcha.
So it's white background.
So you know how it's a federal law that you anthropomorphize your pets and give them pretend voices.
Yes.
Our new cat, the cat with no tail that weighs 1 million pounds, I anthropomorphize his voice as my best Werner Herzog impression. Because he's only like
other cats have tails. I am not one of those cats.
I am an ordinary cat. I am easily the superior of the cats. But to get my voice locked in, I have to say the insanity of chickens. No, I have to. So I've been working on the Werner Herzog impression for a while. That was not a good delivery of it.
Yeah, one of my dogs is a Manchester punk, and the other one is a psychopathic redneck. So those are the voices.
Yep. Let's see. Bucket is the dumbest thing you've ever. He's hi, mama. How are you? He's dumb. And Crouton swears and calls everybody a cunt.
But in whose voice?
A very high pitched voice. You cunt.
Yeah, it's not good.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. We should move on.
Yeah, the next topic.
Yeah, this is getting potty mouth.
That's
man.
right. We got demonetized, guys.
What?
So during the superb owl.
Wait. Did you note that there's no more? Susan Wojcicki is retiring.
I didn't note that, but
YouTube.
So maybe we won't get demonetized, or will we be demonetized faster?
I mean, Neil Mohan. I don't think he's any more or less sweary than Susan. So who knows?
I mean, I assume it will be. I assume, like with most of those things, the changing of the guard will have little influence on the actual day-to-day.
What, on the most important channel on YouTube?
Number 2, Mr. Beast is number 1, and then it's us.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're not giving people nothing.
No, so. he fixes blind people.
Yeah, I mean, he's healing the sick and feeding the poor.
We just show off our stickers.
He may be the second coming. He gets us. Mr. Beast gets us.
That's right. Mr. Beast gets us. That's a sticker right there. So during the Superb Owl, there were a number of trailers. The Flash trailer looked kind of good.
You know, I admit I still love the character so much that even the monstrosity that is the DC execution.
Yep.
Is
yeah. But they got the Michael Keaton Batman
Yeah.
shows up in the trailer, so we finally get to see that.
I wonder if they're going to show the origin of Batman and what turned him into Batman again.
I always wondered what happened. I always wondered what that
Yeah,
story
I mean-
was.
Yeah.
It
It
has,
seems like he has a vendetta against crime for some reason.
and
Yeah.
he really hates bats.
Yeah, what's the bat thing?
Yep. No, I mean the trailer. I mean the trailer looks good. The movie
Mhm.
looks good. James Gunn says it's going to be good, and that guy clearly has no biases.
Yeah.
But you know, I am not ashamed to admit that when the season premiere of the CW Flash started, I deleted
Mhm.
it from my continue watching list. I was
Really?
like, I am done with the CW Flash.
Oh no, I'm watching it. It's
Is
the
it
last
horrible?
season.
Is
Of
it?
No, I
course it
mean
is.
I stopped watching like season 4, but I liked it going into that. I admit I'm an easy kind of person. Apparently he takes a picture of Supergirl.
Magnum is
Oh,
making
that's
the
Magnum saying.
yeah he's making the very difficult case that Michael Keaton is the best Batman or his favorite Batman.
Not Adam West?
Yeah, no way, Batfleck,
Or George Clooney.
Bat Nips.
Val Kilmer?
Ooh.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, no, Michael Keaton is obviously the best, unless you want to talk animated series, but yeah, that's a different thing.
I mean, it would have been hard to bring Val back now, of course.
Oh man,
He's
Did-
he's not dead, you know, he just
No.
died in Maverick.
Just in
He
Maverick.
didn't die in real life.
did either of you watch the
Oh.
documentary Val that's on Hulu now?
Yes.
It's
I
a-
want to see it though. Is
You
it good?
should. It's actually kind of cool. But
Ah.
like it's weird to see what like that level of celebrity can become. Like he's not quite the guy that's signing his autograph at Comic-Con. But he's in that group now kinda. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, and you know, his
I mean,
health is
Yeah.
Was
is
it throat
horrible.
cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he would made an interesting choice for Batman.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
I'm Batman. I mean, he'd have a gravelly voice.
That's right.
Mhm.
Well, speaking of James Gunn, the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer also dropped. Do we have any thoughts here?
I'll watch it. I like those movies.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I think the new Groot's face doesn't look like it's attached to the new Groot's body.
It's too swole.
The new Groot looks awful, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked particularly
Find
awful
it.
in the holiday special.
Yeah, they use
Like
the same
it looked
aesthetic. So
it looked like someone you would meet at an amusement park, like level costume.
Yeah.
yeah, it's Times Square Groot.
Times Square Groot. It's man's Chinese theater Groot. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think it's just that it's like a little bit too bright for the body. Like it doesn't match his torso. I don't know.
He just doesn't look Grooty.
No, it's a
you know?
design. It's a
I
design
really
problem.
liked tall, cool Groot when he was like 8 feet tall and carrying around a rocket. I mean, there you go. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? This is like
He's
art.
just too bulky. He
It's
looks
just-
more human than Tree. And before
Yeah.
that was never the case.
Yeah.
See, for me, the problem is that the texturing on his face doesn't match the texturing of his body. It looks like a different entity.
Yeah. Why does he have a face even? Why doesn't he look like an ent, for God's sakes? You know?
But does he
I
know
mean,
about second
if a
breakfast?
sentient tree really evolved, I mean, the eyes would be everywhere. You know, the mouth would be inherent in like the crooks of the branches. You'd think.
You know, maybe there wouldn't even be things that you could recognize as eyes.
It'd
Right?
be
There's
truly alien.
There'd be plenty of other sensors, plenty of other senses.
Well, exactly. You know, and you know they would probably evolve motion to fool the echolocation style hunters.
Mm.
You know, so like a bat's like trying to land on the tree, but the tree doesn't want to be landed on by the bat because the bat then eats like its berries. So it moves its
But
branch, but it keeps the leaves like.
But the tree wants the
reflecting.
bat to eat the berries.
No, I'm not
That's why it
saying that-
makes them.
I'd imagine that a tree the size of Groot is more of a megafauna than a berry, right?
So like a
So like a bat is just a parasite.
right. So it
You know?
needs like an elephant to eat its fruit.
Yeah, or alternatively, right? You want the bats to land on you, eat the little bat-friendly berries, because then they'll poop,
Mhm.
and their poop is high in phosphorus and nutrients.
So what we're saying here
So they'll have
is
like bat poop collection. Hence the crossover with Batman, the show.
there you go. And then so Michael Keaton's job is to eat Groot poop.
Yes.
No,
Alright.
The
he's
great
eating the
crossover.
berries. He's eating the berries and making his own trees, and those trees fight the real bat trees.
Oh,
Right at the end.
this
It's
sounds
about
like
building an army.
we've already written Guardians 4.
It's about building the army the most inefficient way possible.
Yeah.
Very slowly.
Via berry mini fauna.
That's right.
I know I'm
Oh,
eating
got it.
10 buckets of berry a day, but I can only poop so many times.
Tired.
There's 10,000 bats I'm going against. I have no chance.
You're hoping for twins. The only chance
So
you
he just
have.
has to train his trees better, because that's how Batman would win.
Yeah.
That's true.
Batman wouldn't screw around.
Nope.
He'd eat as many berries as possible and take a squat, and then Groot would be here for all of
So-
us.
I hope Marvel Studios is listening, because this should be the next short.
This is in.
Yes.
It couldn't be any worse than Werewolf by Night.
It's Morbin pooping time.
Dude, that did well enough that it's getting more.
I know. But that had to have cost like relatively nothing to make.
What, Morbius?
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night. I mean, the director composed it, so.
All right. What else we got?
We got the Copyright Office.
Is this an old story, or is this another?
This is
story?
the ongoing saga.
Right.
But this is going to bounce back and forth, and we're going to see this until whoever has the most money wins. Whoever has the most money buys off the right judges. We don't know.
I think that they'll say it's okay to use AI tools, but in the end, a corporation or person must own the copyright. You know.
I guess, but then there's so much sticky crap. If you train up your model based on the Lion King and then render out the Lion King, but in a different artistic style, is that a copyright violation? I mean, there's literally an infinite number of problems here.
This comes up in the what happens when copyright expires discussion we're about to have about Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, that's right. That'll be a fun one in a minute.
Yeah.
All right. I don't care about the Super Mario Brothers movie at all. Do either of you care?
They just had a cutesy plumbing commercial.
I'm sad because I realize now Mario was my game. Like that, I still watch Mario speedruns on the regular.
Mario
on
Speedwagon?
YouTube. Yep, Mario Speedwagon. And like this movie, I couldn't begin to care. And I don't know if that's Chris Pratt or if it's just because it looks boring. But
I don't really care about this movie. And I don't watch a lot of Saturday Night Live anymore. It's really tiring. But the Pedro Pascal Mario
funny.
Kart Last of Us thing,
that was funny.
that was genuinely fun.
That was funny.
It's a me.
We've got some Instagram footage of the original Star
Instagram's
Wars.
Oh yeah, I saw this and I thought of you. I knew you would.
Oh, I've seen
just
this,
love it.
but it's awesome. This is of course Chewbacca had lines on stage.
Yeah.
He wasn't just growling. So now there's footage with his original speaking voice. That's what he has, a Yorkshire accent.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, let's run," you know, or whatever.
It's not particularly deep, you know. You would imagine someone that big would have a deeper voice.
Well, Peter Mayhew was a pretty gentle giant.
Yeah. He died like what, 2 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Not too long ago.
Honestly, I can't stand the TikTok, Instagram like guy narrating the thing.
I know. It's such a horrible format.
And like, I don't want to look at you, man.
I
want to look at Chewbacca. Give me more Chewbacca, less.
You know, I read an interesting thing recently about that.
Yeah.
Which was
ironically, we're just talking about things,
right?
And showing them. But anyways, go ahead.
In the earlier era of short form like social media video. It was all about showing something, like Vines in the Vine
Yeah.
era. You had to show so quickly because these things were so short that it was all about how quickly you can get things across, and you would do that visually. The modern TikTok area is tell. You talk about the thing, and often you don't even deliver upon the thing that you're talking about. So you get these
Yeah.
stupid commentary videos where the guy's talking about the thing. So we went from show the thing to talk about the thing.
Yeah.
Less content.
It's very disappointing.
So we got the Children of the Corn trailer, because every single Stephen King thing has to get remade now, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if Blumhouse did it, it doesn't look bad, you know? It's a
It
little
do-
grisly because, it's
yeah, it
I don't know.
doesn't look terrible, but here's the thing. There's plenty of bad Stephen King remakes you could do.
And there's
And
plenty of bad originals, let's get
sure,
real.
sure.
You
But
know?
there are a few that maybe it didn't go exactly like the book, right? But the movies themselves are good. The Shining, I would say, is the best example of that,
Yeah.
Oh
right?
yeah.
And I would say Stand By Me, although that's a different kind of movie. That's pretty
It's
close
good.
to the book too, and it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Children of the Corn, at least for me, was
I
always
liked
one
it.
of those that was creepy, right? It was
Yeah.
scary enough as
It
it
Yeah.
was
was. It,
genuinely, yeah.
I mean, when he comes out and it's like, "He who walks behind the rose wants you too, Malachi." That's
He
creepy
wants you
shit,
to, Malachi. Yeah,
right?
I mean,
And
and-
to this day, if I meet anyone named Malachi, I'm like,
yeah. No, I mean, me too. Me too.
right?
That's a cursed name.
Like I can't
So I
drive
don't
through
know.
Nebraska without going, he walks behind the corn. He wants you to,
Right.
Malachi.
Now,
But it was
unfortunately,
that
they
guy
made
who did
like,
all those roles where he was sort of like he's got that weird face,
yeah,
He's like
yeah,
this side of Carrot Top, but not that weird.
yep,
And like, and every time I see or think of Children of the Corn, I think he wants you to, Malachi. But he's just in that
for
screechy
sure.
voice, and man, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. And then they kind of screwed the pooch. They made like 3 or 4 sequels that were awful. The
Yeah,
last
no,
one where they bring the
unwatchable.
corn to New York to try to turn New York into an evil cornfield.
The
I'm
corn
not
takes
shitting you.
Manhattan.
I think it's the Bronx, if I remember right. Anyway,
Well, yeah.
The
uh,
Muppets were already there.
so this looks like it's probably closer to the source material. Another thing is,
Yeah.
this isn't a novel. This is just a short story.
Yeah. This is like from
So
the Richard Bachman collection of short
yeah.
stories or whatever. Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll
And
be interesting to see.
this was in Night Shift. He had a series
Can't
of
remember which one.
short story books.
Yeah. No, the Lawnmower Man is in them too. And the
Yeah.
movie The Lawnmower Man has absolutely nothing to do with the story of The Lawnmower Man.
Well,
at all.
the was it not Creep? Maybe it was Creep Show, or
Yeah.
the one with the Crypt Keeper, where they had the one where the guy is super rich, living in a high rise, and the cockroaches take over.
Yeah,
Man,
that was the first Creep Show. Yeah.
man, that thing.
Lawnmower Man.
I'm not
was,
afraid of it. I just don't like roaches, right? So watching, I'm like, this is the worst, So yeah.
Lawnmower
a
Man was going to
it
be
was
my
all
next
Creep-
pick for movie night.
Oh, Rob.
I'm glad we stopped doing it. Jeez.
Did one of you guys share the Japanese conveyor belt sushi terrorism?
I think I might have put it up there.
That was a great one. Is it in the queue here?
It's on there,
Yeah,
but
it's down. You have to scroll down.
I'm gonna scroll down then.
Right
Here we go.
I
was
didn't
great.
actually read this
Tell
one.
us about the story.
Well, it's just, people, it became such a big deal. People fucking with sushi when it came by, like, adding wasabi or adding extra soy or
Oh,
just
douche
taking it or
move.
mangling it. That
Licking it.
now most of these places have video cameras set up, watching each plate of food as it goes by people, so that they can
Jesus.
crack down, as they call it, sushi
Sushi terrorism.
terrorism.
That's a great
Or-
line. There was a sushi conveyor belt restaurant in the mall near our house when we lived in DC, and my kids adored it. Like it was one of the few
who doesn't
things.
love conveyor belt sushi, man?
Conveyor belt food, man. If I could get conveyor belt food, they'd be all in.
Yeah.
I should install a conveyor belt in my kitchen just to get them to eat. So we've got all right. We have 2 more movie trailers, but before we do that, did either of you guys watch Picard?
No.
God, no. I mean, listen, Rob and I have had some hard times lately. Okay.
Yeah.
I
You're
think
gonna be
watching
this-
something like
one of you
Picard,
harder than the
it's-
other.
It might be. Yeah, for sure. I mean, but I would imagine
Yeah,
Picard
man. Chris
could
was
be,
there a long time.
not me. But I'm not going to add Picard to my woes.
Right.
I mean, we're sane men,
Right.
Rob and I.
No.
I mean,
you gotta go for the hurt.
It was a big enough blow last night to learn that the whole season of Vox Machina is over.
Oh. We
At
just
least
finished White Lotus.
now.
I really enjoyed White
So-
Lotus.
Well, yeah,
Before
okay.
you shared this,
Yeah.
I watched it and I thought it was a joke.
No, it's not a joke. Seriously,
I-
both the trailers I put in, I was like, that's a gag, right? Nope.
Doesn't it seem like it
Dead
should
serious.
be? This is Winnie
And-
the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
And I want to watch this more than anything right now. It's going
Right?
to be a train wreck.
It's
I will
Christopher
say-
Robin's revenge, man.
From
You
what
know?
I could tell, there was no Eeyore. And I hope to God there's an Eeyore.
No. Well, there was the R.I.P. Eeyore. Did you see
Mm.
that?
Oh,
Here,
no.
He
I'll
could be
scroll
the
through.
post-credit sting.
No. It's like they're walking around the property.
Oh, they found the sign.
So yeah, this
You
is
know who killed Eeyore? R.I.P. Here we go.
For
R.I.P.
our listeners, evidently the premise to this is Christopher Robin has moved away, has become an adult, has forgotten his imaginary or real animal friends, comes back to 1,000 Acre Woods, and they've all gone feral.
Yeah, and they're upset with him for leaving.
Yeah.
You know what? This is the Children of the Corn. It's not the one who walks.
Kinda.
It's Winnie the Pooh.
it's
you
a
know?
He
great
who walks
premise.
behind the row, it is about lost love. That's what it is. Lost love and betrayal.
Well, I mean, it's one of the great stories that
Oh,
is
there it is.
told via
You're rip.
Cthulhu.
Damn
No,
it.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Maybe we'll
bother.
get some like flashbacks to how he killed
Right, and
Eeyore.
I hope Eeyore did it herself. That's what I hope. I hope she somehow got up in a tree with the help of Owl and just did it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bother.
I just don't want to go through the bother of living without Christopher Robin. It's what drives Winnie the Pooh crazy when his friend Eeyore, his only friend, the only one who understands him, ends it because Christopher Robin's love was not there.
Yep. And then it turns out Rue is horribly psychologically damaged because had to live inside dead Kanga for a year to escape Pooh. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't it that
John
all
Cleese.
of
The
the
thing is-
animals?
You know what's great about this is all of these things could have been in this pitch meeting and very well might be in the show in some way.
That's true. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
And honestly, the thing is, Winnie the Pooh's out of copyright. Rob, if you and I want to make the right Blood and Honey,
Yes.
That's right.
we can do it.
Oh.
And who's going to bring it to you? Rob and Chris.
That's right.
We got to stop talking. We got to start acting. Well, literally acting and filming. You know,
Cut.
Yeah.
we can have Bates do a voice. We could have Malda here do a voice. You know,
You know who's a
Malda
really good actor?
would do a great job at doing
Nate.
Nate.
Yeah.
Nate is an
Yeah,
excellent
and he's
actor.
so good looking. You know, if he can just not get hit by cars. You know,
Ouch.
he's probably the best looking of all. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna
No?
say anything.
Well,
I haven't actually seen his face, so who knows?
I mean, he's a little puffy. You know, he posted that picture.
Oh, did he? I didn't notice. Well, let's see. The last one that we have on the list is the
Tetris.
Taron Egerton Tetris trailer.
It looks great.
kind of does.
It looks fantastic.
Is this about the history of Tetris? Please tell me
Yes.
that. Thank
Yes.
you.
It's
Thank
real.
you. I hope to
And
God
it's done by the people who did Kingsman.
That
You
we-
know?
we had to quickly erect a Tetris space shield to keep the aliens out.
No, they're not
Like,
pixeling.
nothing
this
like
thing.
that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like the Adam Sandler Pixels thing.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Yes.
play this one scene. Are you ready?
Is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Hank, only 10 other people in the world have seen what you're about to see. It's called the Game Boy.
Package it with Tetris. Can you get us the rights?
Yeah, it's good.
We just got copyright struck.
Sweet.
How do you know?
I don't. But you played like 5 seconds of Europe.
Well, no, it's the modification of Europe for the Tetris movie. And
We'll
so
see.
they
It'll be
got
interesting.
worldwide reproducible rights. I mean, it's a trailer, man. It's cool.
Sure.
Push back.
I always do, but whenever we run any song,
And it's always righteous. We
Oh, yeah.
always get unstruck.
well, for sure, our indignation, it knows no limits.
It's true.
Phew.
Anyways, it looks really fun.
It does look
you
fun.
know? And it's basically it's a I don't know how many liberties it's taking with the story, but it's about going to Russia, finding the author, working with the Russian authorities to try to get this intellectual property out of Russia or some nonsense. And like
The true
then
story
Russia
is really
falls in
wild.
the middle of it. And it's like, oh, this could be a good movie.
The true story is really wild. I don't know if like if it's going to be interesting enough to really get a full movie out of without like stretching the truth a little bit, but
Yeah.
because really, I mean, mostly it's just people in suits, and like arguing.
There's
and
a car chase scene. So
oh, was there a car chase scene in the real story?
I have no way of knowing.
Yes.
So yes.
All right, sure.
This is an outrun,
Right.
This is Tetris.
And Winnie the Pooh was there too.
Blood and honey.
Yep, they're hunting for the honey. Do we have any exciting media? Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's coming out. What do y'all think?
Yeah, everything I've heard is that it's awful.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't
really?
heard a thing yet.
It has the second worst Rotten Tomato reviews of any Marvel movie. Can't remember which one beat it.
And
Oh,
it's
no.
not just driven by racists and sexists. It's just normal people like, yeah, this is just not a good movie.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that narrative gets spun over the next few weeks, because a lot of them, like, they've made excuses that they didn't like something because of racism or because of sexism. But like people didn't like Thor, because Thor was only half of a good movie and half of a mediocre movie.
Are you talking about Love and Thunder or
Yeah.
the original Thor or Thor
Love
2
and
The Dark
Thunder.
World? Okay.
Because Love and Thunder was half a good movie and half not a good movie.
Yeah.
And you can't tease those two things apart. I just finished White Lotus, caught up on Poker
Season.
Face. Is there anything good coming out this weekend? I need something new.
What did I see? I saw something. Give me a sec, I'll tell you.
Well, if not, we can just say goodbye to the internet.
Oh, we can say goodbye.
We have other things. That's why we streamed early today. All right then. Goodbye, Rob Roseboom.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chris DeBona.
I'll say goodbye.
Well, that's kind of you. I was Rob Commander Taco Malda. That was Geeks in Space episode 773, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.